In this video, we'll be going over Section 4 and reports in Section 4 in CPM. So the first one, definable features of work. There's two ways you can create definable features of work. First, you can add, right? You can say concrete, right, is a definable feature. And you can put a deval. This will cover the first phase of concrete footer and columns. Alright, you hit save, and now you can assign cache sheets through this way. So I can assign prefab and RST, let's see, placing concrete for footer A, formwork, anything that deals with the columns for section A and the footer. Okay, we're not doing anything to deal with the wall. That could be a different cache sheet as a masonry to go over, you know, the first section, and that will cover all the sections of wall where you don't have to keep having a lot of preparatories. You don't need preparatories for every single cache sheet. That's not what a preparatory is used for. It's for definable features of work. And you can have multiple cache sheets in a deval. So I may not have gotten them all, but just for this training, so I select them, I hit add, they're automatically added. It will then populate based off the first cache sheet when you should have a preparatory meeting, when you actually had it, and then your initial is planned, and then when you actually had it. So a initial could be either you have so much work, like 25% complete, and you do an initial. It could be after a few days they want to do an initial. You just have to make sure you coordinate with your QA staff to find out. Alright, and then you can also click on this and it will automatically do your preparatory sheets, and you can fill out everything in your preparatory sheet right here and print it out and be able to either have a preparatory meeting inside an office or on the job site. It doesn't need to always be on the job site. It could be in a conference room to have the preparatory, because the preparatory should be 3 to 7 days prior to you starting that deval. And then the initial will be on the job site. Okay, because then you can export it to Excel after you fill out all 3 pages. Hit yes, and you can see your preparatory sheet will already be there. Alright, defals, there's another way you can do defals, and we'll go ahead and go there. You can set a deval in cache sheets. So if you open up your cache sheets, if you have all your defals listed already, you can come in and you can put the deval here by a drop down. If you don't want it in that deval, you can put a blank, and now it's no longer on that defile list. And I'll show you that right now. So we're looking at 310.20. We close that. We go back to section 4 to defile, and you'll see 310.20 is no longer on here. If you want to remove another cache heap from here, you just select them and then hit remove, and they'll go back over. Okay, so that's how you get your defiles. Alright, so we close that. Your field adjustment, your FARs. So this is your FAR log in CPM. If you add a FAR, you have asterisks that show you the important things. It will automatically give you your numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be doing your FARs from CPM, so you automatically have a log of them. So we'll just say C501, FAR description, change block. We like to change the block. Block from double split face to single split face. Alright, you have that. Everything's filled in. Is there an attachment? If so, you hit yes. There's no attachment. Okay, now you hit save. You can return to the log, and you'll see it's already in the log. Okay, and then was it approved, disapproved? You could put that in here. Now let's say we didn't want to put this in, but we made it already, and it's in our log, but we don't need it. Alright, you can select it and then hit select it void selected FARs, or you can open your FAR, void it. It's going to ask who's voiding it, and the next version come out will ask you why you're voiding it. So you can just say void it by EO1 or whoever's voiding it, and you'll see the watermark is going to come up on the FAR. Okay, when you return to the log, it will say it's voided already, and you can, if you print select it, it will make a copy for you already. It'll come up and it'll already have that watermark of voided. Okay. That is how we do FARs. We would like you to use the FAR in CPM and the FAR log, so it's already automatically updated. And as you can see, if you wanted to print out the FAR log, you come here and you can print out the whole FAR log by just hitting print, prepare by. It will save a copy, and then it will just show you the FAR log. Alright, so that's how you do a FAR. You can get the QC preparatory phase checklist either from the defile sheets, or you can go ahead and select it. Okay, you can select it and it will pop up. RFI log, same thing. The RFIs do the same thing as the FAR. You can just do add RFI, same thing. It's going to ask you for a bunch of information. I'm just going to throw some things in here. You know, you be very descriptive how the FAR should be. The summary description could be color change, right? And then you're just asking information. All right, an RFI, same thing. Does it have an attachment? Yes, no. Drawing numbers. You hit save. It will go to the log. Date returned. When it was returned. Date to QC. When did you send it to QC? You can do the same thing. You can print the whole log, or if you want to avoid it, you can select it and void it. This one's going to ask you, why are we voiding it? You know, we could say local public works changed color. All right, and be voided by whoever. And now it's voided, and there's view comment. You can view the comment. All right, so now when you print the log, it will also print that comment. You see here, it automatically prints the comment underneath it, so everybody knows why it was voided on the RFI log. All right, same thing when you go to print this RFI, it will say void across it in a watermark. So next, your safety analysis sheet. Open it up. It's your safety plan. All right. You'll have to add a couple other information in there: who implements the controls, who supervises, all that. But you can see your whole plan. You export it to Excel. It will save a copy for you, and you'll see here that it has the whole thing. And there's, you know, you just have to fill out a couple of other information. Safety equipment list. If you had things that were checked for safety, it would be here. It will tell you what CAS, how many you're required, and that's if you're doing the equipment, and says, you know, like say you have fall protection and you need harnesses, so it will be yes, fall protection kit. You know, this way you can make sure that the harnesses are within standard. Rework item. So as we did earlier, we did a rework. This is where you'll see your rework list, when it was completed, the cost of it, action taken by QC will be in there if you fill it all out. Okay. You can print the log. You can void a certain one if it's not open already. You can void it. If it's not completed, you can void it. If it's already completed, it's going to say 100% that you already completed it. All right, so hit close. Your QC summary report will come up as well. Shows you all your QC stuff. All your QC report is in here. Do not change your QC plan in Excel. Change it on each CAS sheet when it comes back from you. Do not take the easy way and just change the Excel sheet, because it will not be on your CAS sheets the proper way. Environmental protection summary. So if you had environmental as well, it will be on here, so you can get that approved as well. Testing log, very important, so you know what tests you need, when you need them, what kind of test is it, and then as you get through, you'll be, is it approved, accredited, who sampled it, who tested it, was it on-site test, in a laboratory test, when it was completed, when it was forwarded to NCG. Your cover sheet for your protection plan. Okay, so you can say yes, no. All right. Your cover sheet for your QC plan is right here as well. And your safety plan cover sheet. All right, so this covers section 4, reports 4. And if you have any questions, please let us know. I will get that preparatory phase check sheet fixed, but you guys saw it when I went through the deval. It basically is the same thing. Hello, and welcome to the Section 5 overview in CPM. So Section 5 is mostly where you can put attachments for your project. So you have two different ways. You can do project level attachments, which means they're not tied to any specific CAS sheet. And then you have your CAS sheet attachments. So a project level attachment, you would click on here. You could put a group name on here, or you can just use the drop down. Project plans, new project, shop drawings. So let's say we just do some shop drawings, right? So we click on here to shop drawings. We click this little paper clip, and then we can add in a file. So we go to add. We can go to our files on wherever we have them. Okay, and we can come down here, and I have a shop drawing already for this training. I hit open, and then just add it. Oh, sorry. It's already added, and then you hit OK, and then it shows in the paper clip that you have one shop drawing. If you click the paper clip, you can see here, and then you can hit open, and it will open your shop drawing for you. All right. If you want to remove it, just highlight it, hit remove, and it will remove from the project because it will go to 0. I recommend, if you have shop drawings, your approved QC plan, approved safety plan, you at least put those cover sheets back in here. This way they know that that was approved. You don't have to put the whole QC plan, whole safety plan, environmental plan on here because they're already in CPM. You just want to put the final approving sheets on top. So make a copy of the sheet that was approved and put it in here for a project level. Same thing with the BOD letter. When it's done, put a copy in here. Any shop drawings you used, put in here. This just helps to keep an electronic file of the project. Now let's say we have a cash sheet attachment, right? So we'll list all your cash sheets that you have, and then with this you could just click on here. So if I want to put my BOD to or my preparatory sheet and move out, right, I can click here, hit add. I can go and find something, so I do the checklist, I put it in here, I hit OK, and now the checklist is attached only to move out. You could do the same thing with shop drawings. If you have shop drawings for certain cash sheets, bend schedules, anything that you know pertains and that we should keep electronic, because electronic files we can keep for a long time. Hard copies we're normally supposed to get rid of after 5 years. But you can always have a copy of this project to come back to anytime in the future. All right. So that's how you would just put attachments in here. So with this, we're also going to go over the utility tab. All right. So utility, we have the import JCMS, which has its own. We went through how to do a roster and resource list, and then how to assign crew members. We went through that already. Your crew work history. So you can see here, you can see what battalion, what crew member, what cash sheets they worked on, and this would help them out for writing evals, awards, just knowing how long they've been on the project, if they were there from start to finish. It's a good tool for history, and especially when you fill in their names and you don't just have builder 1, builder 2, builder 3, and you actually give them a name. It kind of helps you out as well as a leader to do any evals, awards, sell the quarters, whatever. All right. Project calendar export. It's a nice tool. It basically is just going to tell you your off days and what days you're working. The gray out is off. All the white is working. It is set up to be a Monday through Sunday. That's why you see 2 over here, and only these are done here. So make sure you keep that in mind. And then lastly, you have the project work history, where if you click on that, it opens. It will basically tell you when it started, when it ends, with each battalion, each unit. So if this was a turnover, which we'll get into turnover, how to create one in a different presentation. But this is how you can tell when you have a turnover, the project work history for each unit. And that covers section 5 and utilities.